Hi, I'm Candida Johnson. This is the final project for Digi 760 Mixed Methods Research. The project is the impact of internal communication on job satisfaction and retention within higher education within the state of Utah. This is a case study of Utah Valley University. Through the utilization of mixed methods research, the study was able to reveal that internal communication plays a significant role in organizational culture and should be a key component of organizational communication plans. The study also determined that the impact of internal communication on job satisfaction, retention, and organizational culture makes for informed employees, and informed employees are more likely to advocate for and see themselves as an ambassador of the institution, and therefore playing a factor into the institution's well-being, contributing to the overarching effectiveness of the organization. Informed employees advocate because they feel valued and seen. They're more willing to contribute to the well-being of the organization because they understand what's going on and they trust the upper administration. So job satisfaction, retention, organizational culture, and organizational identity are all built upon the foundational bedrock of trust, which is built by effective, consistent, and accurate internal communication. There was a lit review done that showed that when examining the effects of internal communication, that they signify that internal communication plays an important role in employee engagement, organizational identity, and job satisfaction, that they're all intertwined and that they need to be strongly part of strategic plans. Karenica shared that the organizational identification also plays a role in the balance between job engagement and job satisfaction, and that employees have a stronger attachment and commitment to the organization, therefore fostering a resolute organizational identification and becoming more productive employees. Emotional culture also plays a role in this, that demonstrates that institutions that foster a strong culture of trust have higher job satisfaction, employee retention, and affinity for the institutions. And internal communication and relationship building are foundational for building that trust within an organization. When there's a lack of trust within the organization, it does impact the organizational culture and identity on a downward trajectory. And it can negatively attribute it to the organizational culture and identity and job satisfaction. Meng and Berger believe that these positive emotional culture attributes can affect creativity, productivity, job satisfaction, retention, affinity, and motivation and innovation. Zing found that having a knowledge-friendly culture, meaning that information is shared intersectionally across all aspects of the organization, allows employees to become better advocates for the organization. They gain meaningful insight into how they individually contribute to the goals of the company, and shows all aspects of the individual contributions and how those to relate to their personal, professional, and organizational goals. So an organization that cultivates a strong sense of pride and belonging through various communication channels, engagement opportunities, development, and leadership have a stronger chance of influencing job satisfaction and retention. For this purpose, there were two methodologies done, and here are the hypothesis and research questions. So for this, there was a quantitative study done by the organization itself. Utah Valley University sent out a survey to all employees, and they had a fairly large response rate. And for the qualitative portion, I did a personal in-person interview with select employees from across campus to ask them the same questions and allow them the opportunity to expand to get a better understanding. One of the questions was specifically how this related to UVU. As I understand how my job contributes to UVU's mission. UVU promotes a climate based on respect and trust. I'm satisfied with communication I receive from my direct supervisor. I'm satisfied with communication I receive from President and President's Council. Changes that affect me are discussed prior to implementation, and issues of low performance are being addressed within my department. So for the quantitative portion of this, as I stated, UVU's Institutional Research Department conducted an email-based survey of all full-time employees during the spring, and the survey participation rate was calculated at 66%, which was responses from about 1,400 employees. And their key findings were employees are most satisfied with the communication they receive from their direct supervisors at 80%, and they are least satisfied with the response that they receive from President and President's Council, which is at 55%. The qualitative portion of this shows pretty much the same results with one anomaly. So for this, the spring survey, 91% of those surveyed understood how their job contributes to the UVU mission. 46% said that changes that affect them are discussed prior to being implemented, and 46% agreed with this statement. The same questions were presented during the in-person in-depth interviews. For the understanding how my job contributes to UVU's mission, 92% demonstrated agreement with this statement, and phrases such as absolutely, of course, and kind of demonstrated agreement, while phrases such as no, not really, or I guess demonstrated disagreement. The one anomaly was I am satisfied, or the changes that affect me are discussed prior to being implemented. Of those who participated in the in-person survey, 71% demonstrated agreement with this. Phrases such as yes, there have been a lot of changes and I understand why changes are being made, demonstrate agreement with the statement, while phrases such as there is a reorganization of our division and no one knew about it until all of the jobs changed, no one tells us anything, and I wish they would, demonstrate disagreement with this. Due to the time of the year that the in-person and in-depth interviews were conducted and an extremely small sample size was collected, it would be beneficial to complete this survey again with more full-time staff can participate on campus. This is because right now is when a lot of staff is on vacation. So to acquire truly accurate accounting, we would need a larger sample size, and the employee in-person interviews should be conducted in September when all of the staff has returned to campus. As for the accuracy of these results, the survey should be conducted with representation from every aspect, division, and department on campus. With that being said, except for the one anomaly concerning the discussion of changes before implementation, the results presented by the employee survey distributed by the university and the in-person survey conducted are congruent.